Thousands of people have taken to the streets of the Lebanese capital Beirut in anger at the country's leaders after this week's devastating explosion in the port area of the city. Some protesters have stormed the foreign ministry building, declaring it the seat of the revolution. The country's prime minister called for early elections as riot police fired tear gas at some demonstrators throwing stones, and sounds of gunfire could be heard coming from central Martyrs Square. Tuesday's blast was caused when a huge stock of ammonium nitrate blew up, killing at least 158 people and leaving more than 300,000 homeless. Our Middle East correspondent Quentin Somerville reports now from Beirut.
This is Lebanon's rage against the elite. Here's what they think of their politicians. And as they passed through their city's destroyed streets, the protesters' anger grew. They called the names of the 160 people killed by this week's explosion. Among them, 43 Syrians and the wife of the Dutch ambassador to Lebanon. They carried pictures of the dead. Thousands more are injured.
The Lebanese have long been angry with their government, but now there is a new fury here on the streets. Not a single government official has resigned following the disaster at the nearby port.
In a city still reeling from the shock of the blast, their government unleashed its own force.
The protests have barely started and already there's tear gas coming in here from all sides.
"We're rebels, free men," said this man. "They fired directly at us." The protesters breached a number of government buildings. There were reports of rubber bullets being fired too. These weren't just hardcore protesters. Lebanese of all walks of life joined the demo too. Among them, Rola Stefan. Earlier she showed us her destroyed apartment. The family's business was in the port too.
Everyone is to blame for where we are today, for losing our money, for losing our jobs, for losing our businesses, for losing our homes, for losing our loved ones, our friends, everything. They are all to be blamed. They are all to be hanged.
In the morning at the port, Prime Minister Hassan Diab acknowledged the anger, but took little responsibility.
Absolutely, they have the right to be angry and furious, not just because of this. This is absolutely diabolical what happened, but however, they are also furious even before that, for 3 decades of unbelievable corruption.
But the people here are sick of being ignored. The Lebanese have long known that misrule was ruining their country, but few realised it would destroy their capital and their lives. Quentin Somerville, BBC News, Beirut.